Hey guys, Jen Graves here. So, doing the 10 questions tag thingy that AmeskeOHJ started. He tagged me and Bizarre Individual, and so we're supposed to do these questions and then tag other people after we get done with them. So, anyway. Let's get to it. So the first question is, what is the best of the big three manga? I'm going to assume that there's Y's on all of these, so don't worry about that. Because if there's not, I probably will do it anyway. So the best of the big three to me, I would say, is probably One Piece. One Piece is probably the best of the big three, just because it's the one I feel like is most successful. Stuff like that, I don't think there's too much you got to worry about. Let me see if I can move that just a little bit. So yeah, that's the one I would say is really good. So, well, yeah, the best of the big three for me. So the second one, what is the best new shonen? And I added a part to this one, so all you guys can do it too. What is the best of the new shonen Shojo after 2015? That is a great question. Right now, I would probably have to say Black Clover. Black Clover, you know, just came out basically like last year in 2017. It's really good. You know, there's usually a new one that comes out about every couple months or so, which I love. So it's really good. All that stuff. So, oldest volume of manga you have. I don't know if this means like the oldest one time period wise that I have, or the oldest one I have that I first got. If it's the oldest one I first got, I probably wouldn't be able to answer that. It's probably like the first volume of Blade of Heaven though, or the first volume of Cold Decept, or the first volume of something, I don't know, one of those older ones that I have, probably most likely a Tokyo Pop volume. But if it's when it was first made, I don't know. Buddha is pretty old, so I'm not sure if that one is the oldest one I have, or that one, or Kitaro maybe. Maybe that one's probably older than that. So, question 4. What is the newest volume of manga you own? You can watch my manga haul. No, probably the newest one. I'll just go ahead and say that I have it since it's coming in the mail, and it's supposed to be here either today when I get home from work, or tomorrow, something like that. So my newest volume could be one of two volumes, either volume 11 of Nora and the Yokai Clan, which I had to order that one because Right Stuff didn't have volume 11. I got all other 24 volumes from them though. Or Gungrave, the Annie manga form. So it could be one of those two. Those are the last ones I ordered. Who is your favorite manga character? I would probably have to say right now, my favorite manga character, I don't know. That's a lot. There's a lot that it could be. I'm trying to think what I've read last. Favorite manga character. Probably like the guy from Monster is probably one of my favorite ones. Not 100% sure on that though. Or like Teacher from the girl from the other side. Teacher's pretty amazing. So I really like him. You know, so I'm gonna go with that, or maybe the main character for Monster. I would say that main character for Monster, which I can't remember his name right now, or Teacher, the teacher guy from the girl from the other side. Who is your best waifu or husbando? I think I said that right. I've never heard that word until today, so not 100% sure. My best waifu. I've never thought of this question. You know, my best waifu. Somebody, I don't know, takes care of the kids and cooks and everything and can fight. Obviously that's something that they need to know, because almost in every universe somebody has some kind of struggle that they have to go through. So I don't know. That's kind of a hard one. And there's so many girls in manga that I kind of adore in one way or another, because of how they are, being sweet, or you know, stuff like that. I just can't think of anybody right now. I don't know. That one is one that's probably a lot harder, that I would say. Maybe somebody like an android or something, that could like learn personality, something like that. I don't know. I can't answer this because I don't ever really think about waifu questions or Husbando. So, do you have a guilty pleasure manga? What is it? My guilty pleasure manga that I like reading for no reason, just because. Well, there could be a lot of those too. Most of the time, though, with those, it's anything that is a dungeon crawling manga. So, guilty pleasure for manga. Something I like to read, and I can't wait for it to get here. Probably something like Monster Musume, something like that, or Sekirei, something with a harem. I know that sounds kind of douchebaggy, but I like when a guy can sit there and be a gentleman to all of them, and you know, love everybody individually for their own different characteristics and whatnot. I feel like with Monster Musume, with that extent of being monster girls and stuff, you know, there is that whole line that you have to draw with each individual person's like different stuff, and if you can get past all that and still love them, I think that's really good. So I hope that's an acceptable answer. I feel like some people will be like, you were on thin ice, mister, until you said that comment right there. Now I think you're a good guy, you know. How do you like to organize your manga? This is a hard question too, because only part of it's organized right now. What I hope for with the finished product of my manga room, right now how it's organized, I'll tell you that, and then I'll tell you how the rest of it I want it to be like. Right now I have my TBR shelves, both of them. Those usually the ones that you see when I've been doing the live streams here recently. And my favorite shelf, which is the one in the corner, which is manga that I just, for one reason or another, I just love that I've gotten to read it, and it has a really nice story and all this other stuff. And then I have another one that has my Shonen Jump on it, and it has my Akira volumes, because Akira, let's just face it, those ones are big enough to almost be Shonen Jump comic books, or magazine, however you want to call them. So I have it split out with like that, and then I have half of my omnibus or like big books on that one, but hopefully I can get that fixed soon to something else. With the rest of my shelves though, really what I want to do is put it together as an author, not really as the publisher, but as the author. Put all the author ones together, so Juji Ito put all his together that I have. You know, the Dragon Ball Z guy. God, I'm feeling as a otaku person right now, remembering names and stuff. Akira Toriyama, you know, all that, just putting them all together. The only bad thing about that is the size will probably play into it. So I do want to put them together like that, and I might have to come up with a weird way to do it. But that will most likely be the first way, trying to get all my stuff together that have like the same author, you know, writer, different things like that. And then going from there, probably put them kind of in like my favorites section, down to maybe some of the more lower people that I might not like as much, or like random volumes and stuff like that. I'll probably put them on a shelf together, or have them fill in spots where other manga may not be able to go, because it's easier to find a spot for 1 or 2 manga volumes than it is to find a spot for maybe like 5. It just depends on extra space that you have though, so that'll kind of be a playing factor into it as well. So what manga character would you call your hero? The main character that is the author of in the Bakuman series. I feel like he's my hero because it takes a lot for somebody to sit there and say, we're not going to get married, we're not going to kiss, we're not going to do anything to that extent until we meet our dreams. A lot of people today don't do that. I think I read somewhere that it takes maybe three text conversations before you most people want to just turn around and climb in bed with somebody. You know, so I would have to say that guy's probably my hero, because they didn't even like really see each other that much until he got sick, and then the girl came to see him and they kissed once, and that was it, until she became the best voice actress and he became the best manga artist. So setting that goal and basically accomplishing it, I think, is something spectacular. So I would say that guy's probably my hero. Last manga you dropped and why? This is a bad one, and I gotta have to go off the rails a little bit. The last manga I dropped. The last manga I dropped was probably Fairy Tail Blue Minstrel, because it slipped out of my hand at work and it hit the ground. I know I had to take that one kind of literal, but as far as reading it as it is, the last manga that I dropped and why, I've never dropped a manga series, so that's kind of why I had to take it as literal, because I've never dropped one and there's no reason for me to drop one. I basically like them all, so yeah, and I've never gotten rid of one either, so I can't even use that as a drop excuse. So yeah, kind of a pain in the butt, right? So this next part, I told AmeskeOHJ I was going to do this, and what I did is I added my own 5 questions to this, and whoever or whichever people I pass it on to, you guys just answer those 10 questions that he gave you, and you answer the 5 questions I give you, so you'll be up to 15 questions. That way it's easier if one of you guys pass it around and it gets back to me or whatever. Besides these 15 questions that I have now, hopefully by that time when it comes back around, there may be like another 20 questions or whatever, and it's more stuff that we can answer and kind of keep passing around in the community until whatever. So yeah, and I kind of thought about that as like if you've ever read Reborn, that's kind of what they did with sword styles. Whenever you pass on a sword style, you might have so many ways of doing it and whatnot, a special sword strike or a block or something like that, and that's how you practice it. Well, whenever you pass it on to a pupil, they usually add one, so that's kind of what we left it up to, as you just add some more back onto it and pass it forward, and whenever it gets back around to whoever, they'll go back and answer whatever questions they haven't already answered. So really cool thing. Hopefully Bazaar will come up with a couple other questions or whatever, and it can kind of get passed around. Maybe I'll get to answer his, and we can combine them all at some point, or whatever. So question 11. What manga have you read the most and multiple times? For me, everybody knows that one, or should know that one. It's Suikoden 3. I've read that one between 3 and 5 times. Everything else I own, my memory is just really good, so I've never really had to reread anything. If I did, I just kind of skimmed it, and it just kind of kicked my memory back in, and I didn't have to worry about it. But Suikoden is the only manga that I've read multiple times, unless you want to count it like me reading it in Shonen Jump and then getting the actual volume and reading it, but still, Suikoden would still be above those ones. So what is your favorite minor genre of manga? I put this one on there for a great reason, because I feel like we only have like the big major genres, and everybody likes those if you like slice of life or horror or whatever. But getting into the nitty gritty, what's a minor one that you like? Do you like robots, mechs? Do you like Sumner ones? Do you like ones with aliens? All the other stuff. And go from there. Vampires, werewolves, the whole 9 yards. For me, I would mostly say ones with like, I would call it creature summoners, stuff like that. Anything that has like little guys or items or something. Mar has items that summon little creatures or special weapons and stuff. Pokemon, Digimon, different stuff like that. So that's usually stuff that I end up liking more, things that you actually they summon and have multiple creatures in it. So number 13, what is the best old shonen slash shoujo that you've read before 2015? AmeskeOHJ's earlier one that I added shoujo to was after, so I did Black Clover for that one. The best old shonen, I would have to say probably on my list, and I'm not going to include any of the big three. I mean, those are really great, but ones that people don't really recognize too much, I would probably say Black Cat. Black Cat is amazing. I think it's very underrated, but it is a super amazing one for everybody to enjoy. I mean, it's so good. So I would recommend that people read that one. Question 14. What's your favorite anime manga outfit and that you would turn around and wear on a daily basis? Man, that's a big one too. Because now we're getting into the world of, would you want to wear fantasy, or would you want to wear regular everyday clothes? What would you want to wear? Man, I didn't even think about this question when I wrote it down. Probably, I can't remember his name right now either. Again, a sad day in otaku, or as an otaku. The kind of lazy Gotai 13 captain with the pink flowered kimono above it. I would probably wear that outfit, or kind of like Garp in One Piece. You know, something like some kind of uniform or outfit, or you know, male kimono, and then have like a pink flowery one, something that makes a statement above it. Most of my characters always have like a red sash or a red scarf on them, so stuff like that. What anime slash manga name would you change your name to? So this is anything that you like. If you would change your name or anything, what would you prefer to change it to? Like if you wanted to be called Naruto or something like that. For sure, probably Jin. I would most likely go with that. And you know, Graves isn't really a anything Japanese unless, you know, we changed it into a Japanese. I'm not sure what that is, but I would probably go with like Jin, Jin Musashi or something like that. You know, or I guess it would be backwards, you know, because you'd use your surname first for Japanese, so it'd be Musashi Jin. You know, or we played a Pokemon campaign, if you've heard about that off and on. And I had a character in that had a really good name that I liked. It was his first name was Edo, and his last name was Oda, for Oda Nobunaga. So it was Oda Edo. I think that's what my guy's name was. I know it was Edo. I just can't remember what we came up with the last name because we didn't use it a lot. But yeah, that's all 15 of my questions. Stay tuned. I know I didn't put mine up in like little bubbles or anything like AmeskeOHJ, but I will, after this video loads, I will put these all in the description down below so that you guys can look at them. As far as my people that I'm calling out, so I'm gonna call out Laethas. That's one of my new favorite people, that because we've been talking a lot here recently, just about random stuff here and there about manga and whatnot. He's another guy that has a big collection too, you know, and it's pretty cool. So you know, go watch some of his videos. Then I would also say Stumps Manga and Comics. Check him out too. Really cool guy. So passing him the ball for these 15 questions as well. And the last person I'm gonna pass these questions on to is Shifty. Shifty, whenever you get on YouTube again, I know it's been a little while, get on there and do these questions. You know, I might even have to like send you guys messages so you all know, or hopefully you'll watch my videos. I don't know, but I know this one's kind of low-key because I had to do this one in the car, but yeah, I'll put these questions down there. All you got to do is go on yours, answer them however you want to upload them. You want to put little pizzazzy things in your screen, do that. Answer these 15 questions. Make a couple more if you want to make another 5 or so. Do that and then pass it on to the next person, you know, and maybe it'll come full circle and come back to you at some point or whatever. But anyway, so Laethas, Shifty, and Stumps, I'm tagging y'all to answer these questions. Get ready. I can't wait for your videos. You know, I also can't wait for Bizarre Individual and whoever you call out. I left some people that I wanted to call out off my list so that I, you know, because I figured you'd probably pick them. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. I'm Jen Graves. This is, or was, AmeskeOHJ's Tag 10 Questions. Now I guess it's coming off, and now it is Jen Graves 15 Questions. So pass those forward and throw your name on them, you know. And the other thing is, hopefully, since AmeskeOHJ came up with it, if you guys will just like tag him in the bottom and comment, let everybody know that that's kind of where it came from, you know, then hopefully we can move forward, and maybe, just maybe, we can get this up to maybe 100 questions from passing it around so much, and just be able to answer them all and have like total amazing fun with it. More than that, I hope not, because 100 questions is a lot. So, but yeah, I'm Jen Graves. I'll catch you guys later. Stay tuned for more broadcasts and everything else that me and your other favorite manga tubers do. But anyway, catch you later. Bye.